Hi, welcome everybody to our podcast, Step Burh. I got my good friend, Jesus,
The Lord.
Jesus the Lord and Savior. And we've always wanted to do this podcast. We thought it would be funny, it'd be entertaining to some people. And we decided to start this podcast, this new project. So, welcome. So, Jesus,
Yes.
you want to introduce yourself, sir?
Well, I am Jesus, aka the Lord.
We
Some
all know
to
you.
some people, but also Jesus. I've known Hector for how we know each other.
Dude, since 2000, what?
2008, 2009. Shit, no, 2009. Yeah.
2009.
Did I see something? I was born. Yep, 2009.
When did you knock out Yolanda? That's really the question. You might remember that.
He's 11 now, so it's been a minute. But yeah, we met working together. Hector is an acquired taste. It was
It's just like any refined red wine.
that you no
Just
longer
wanna say
drink
that.
anymore.
I quit drinking, but I'm still like a, fine red wine.
Yeah, aging with the days.
And, still on that aging process.
But yeah, so we met. Like I said, Hector was an acquired taste, but he grew to become part of the family, and now he's both of my children's godfather actually. So
Baptized
Yep.
2 little ones.
Both of them.
One of them turned out to be a little devilish, but she's sweet. She's like a Sour Patch Kid.
that she is. But yeah, other than that, I met him working at a restaurant, Olive Garden. Everybody loves Olive Garden.
Unlimited breadsticks.
Soup and salad. Yep, I love it. But he's the one that pushed me to become a server and get into the service industry. Did it for 4 years. Can't complain. It was fun. Pay wasn't that great. Work was much, but
We
it
weren't
was
getting
fun.
paid that well, but we sure had a lot of fun.
Yes, lots of stories about the Olive Garden.
But we're going to actually get into that. We're going to get about, this is, like Jesus was saying, we met at Olive Garden, and you started as a host, right?
I sure did. The hostess with the mostest
The
there.
hosted with the mostest. And what was your first, I remember you talking about like the first impression when meeting me, or whenever I first arrived, because like I think they had opened the restaurant, or they were in the process of opening.
Exact words were, this motherfucker walks around like he owns the place.
I tend to do quite a bit.
Little did I know he was Olive Garden for.
I was an Olive Garden, or I did Olive Garden for Olive Garden did me. Wink, wink. For almost 20 years.
Damn.
20 years, almost.
It's a pain in the ass.
Literally. Shout out to Rob Burks,
Retired.
retired.
Great guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where we met.
So I started. They had opened that restaurant. I think they had been open for a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was working at the Olive Garden in Plano before, Plano, Texas. We're in the state of Texas, by the way, for those who are wondering. And then I transferred to Allen, the Olive Garden in Allen. So that was fun. And it was, for me, it was like starting a new, like it wasn't a new job, but I already knew the ins and outs of the menu, and I was already training people. I had been training servers in Plano for a while. So I remember when I started talking to him, I think I spotted your, at the time, girlfriend, now wife,
Mm-hmm.
because Yolanda and I had been working at Target. I was working at the pharmacy because at the time, one of the many jobs that I've had is a pharmacy technician.
Yeah.
That was the most boring job I've
Small
had
world though.
in my life. But that's where I met Yolanda.
Before I even met
Yeah.
her.
She was sweet.
Don't lie.
We had a rough start, to say the least. But anyways, I spotted his girlfriend, and then we started talking after that. And I was like, you have to stop being a host. Like, you have to actually start making some tip money and make more money, and then you'll actually move around a lot more. I was like, yeah, I'm training you next week.
Yep. And that's where the fun started.
And we've known ever we've known each other since then, right?
Yep.
So.
Yeah, it was fun. It was for me, it was a different experience. I've done all kinds of different jobs. I mean, from landscaping to you name it, manufacturing.
Where did you work before Olive Garden?
Before Olive Garden, I actually worked at a credit card customer service center.
Oh yeah.
Best job I can ever say I've had. Not really. When you deal with people's money and their money's not there, it gets ugly. But the company closed down, and then I was looking for another job, and then I just happened to pull up to that Olive Garden that was in the process of opening. I met one of the host trainers. Her name is DJ. Great girl. She's very positive, very energetic. She just emits such a positive vibe. And she told me, she's like, "What do you want to be?" And I said, "Well, I mean, whatever you're hiring for." And then that's when she told me, she's like, "You have a host personality, so let's put you out there."
She saw the halo.
She did, yeah. And then that's where I started working as a host.
Jesus aura.
Mm-hmm. That's who got me into become a host there. And then this guy came along and he said, "You need to make more money, and then serving is a good gig. If you work hard, you can make good money doing it. But it requires a lot of patience and a lot of effort on your behalf too. But it was good."
I will say though, I have to say you are one of the best servers I've actually trained. I'm not just saying that because you're my friend, you're my best friend, but honestly, you should see this guy whenever he's waiting tables. Priceless smile, and he's always dancing around the floor.
I don't dance. There was no dancing.
But he's just so gracious, and the way he talks to the people. Like me, I'm just to the point. Like, what can I get? Like, if you have a question about the menu, I have an answer. At the time, I was like, I know exactly the wine list, what wine pairs well with the entree. I was very efficient.
When I sold bottles of wine, he was my presenter, go-to guy. There's a whole process that you have to present the bottle of wine to the table, explain everything. I'm not a wine person, to be honest, but I would send him to present my wine bottle to the table, and he'd put on the show. I reaped the benefits. So
Yeah, collected the money too.
Yeah, good times.
But no, honestly, like you have that person out that, I don't know, like a very, very. I do have to say though, out of all the countries I've been in, Mexico has the best waiters, like the most efficient, the most.
Probably the accents. Yeah.
No, but not in the States. Like if you actually go to Mexico, like whenever I go visit my family and we go to restaurants, they are, the most efficient, and they're very like always aware of if you need something. As opposed to like, for instance, if you go to France, they don't give a rat's ass. They don't care.
Right.
Like you need something, you're gonna wait.
Wait your turn.
but sir.
Yeah.
So you're under that that spectrum of good waiters, just like a positive sort of like go-getter attitude, and I think that's what you have to have. For those of you who want to become waiters or waitresses, keep that in mind. It's all about the personality.
Yep. If you drink, it helps.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah, but no, it was fun times. Working there was good. That's how we got to know each other a lot more. I introduced him to my family. We hung out. Family didn't quite take
Not a good
It
first
was
impression. A memorable one, but not a good one.
very memorable. And we still talk about it with 11, 12
Yeah,
years later.
there is such a thing as pulling a Hector, by the way.
Yep. How do you
It's under the
separate
register. It's a register mark.
But yeah, and he's become part of the family. My parents adopted him as part of the family. My sisters, everybody
I don't know
around
about
us.
your dad. I think it wasn't your mom.
My dad just thinks like
That
I'm
I'm
not
lazy.
Mexican enough, and that
I get that a lot, by the way. It's
Yeah.
okay.
he doesn't like physical labor.
I detest physical labor.
Allergic to the sun too, so there's that too.
Get red.
Real red. But yeah, other than that,
In Texas. Why am I not living in Alaska? We don't know.
It's too far. It's too far. Oh, I know that. But no, and that's how we've known each other now. He's part of the family, and whenever we got something going on, Hector shows up, and
And I'm the cook.
He's the cook. Yeah, Well, that's talking about your education there. How many degrees? 3, 4? Who knows?
Let's not put a number on them, but let's say that I've been educating myself for
He's been around.
a good part of my life.
A good chunk of your life.
A big chunk. I would say, like, I mean, I just graduated. The last degree I got was in 2016. That was when I started working for that other company as a graphic designer. 2016, bro.
Yeah.
2022 now.
I got a high school
Time
diploma,
flies.
y'all.
But I think you have the life experience, though. Like you're got that street smart,
Okay.
you know, like
I like to fix
experience.
shit. I like to fix shit.
He's a
If it's
fixer.
broken and I can try to figure out how to fix it, I
You
will
go
figure
to
it out.
Jesus.
If you need help, in any...
You don't want to put yourself out there, though.
No, I mean for him. For him, he's got 3 degrees. Don't come to me, go to him. No degrees, degrees.
That don't mean nothing.
But yeah, so that's pretty much us and how I guess our personalities are. I'm a fixer, upper, whatever you want to call me. Hector's, he knows books.
That's it. That's all I know. Books, and I collect gadgets as well.
And Optimus Prime.
And yeah, Optimus. Optimus back in the day when those Transformer movies were actually good. Because now I think I can't remember the titles of the movies, but the latest Transformer, the Bumblebee wasn't bad. The Bumblebee story was actually good. But the other ones have been just kind of like, you can't really distinguish what's a Decepticon from an Autobot. So I haven't been enjoying them lately. Hopefully, production and they actually get better. That they align with the cartoon a lot more.
Yeah.
Because I grew up with it, so it's got a sentimental value.
And he always argues with my son Santiago about Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
That's
let's just say that I'm not a fan of Spider-Man.
Dun dun dun.
Just Batman, Dark Knight.
Yeah. But, anyways, other than that, what else do you want to talk about?
Well, today we wanted to talk about our experience in our jobs. We talked a little bit about how we met and how we started working as a waiter, as servers. I'm sorry. But before that, what did I do? I actually worked at Applebee's before working. Yeah, I worked at Applebee's, the Winchester.
The Winchester.
Over in McKinney.
Mucho
But
Long Islands.
oh man, those big boys. Those big boys. Like, we just had like 2 when we were done, right?
Yeah.
Or walked out of there, we were.
Went right back to work.
That was just one time.
That was the other. That was a margarita.
That was a
So
margarita.
It's more than one.
It was for Mother's Day, and we went for lunch. And
You don't know stress until you work at Olive Garden on Mother's Day. Just
That's-
throwing that out there.
That right there,
Not fun.
it's a lot. I mean, people wait before open. Like, they're just waiting there from 9 o'clock in the morning. People are just waiting, and since it's Sunday, then people also, those who go, I guess I don't go to church, but those who go to church and get out early are just waiting to go out.
Gotta be something in the sauce, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows?
Unlimited salad, I don't know. But I worked at Applebee's for about 6-7 months. And then actually I tried getting a job at an Applebee's, but I think there was only one at that time, and there was in Frisco, and it was too far away from me. And my aunt actually knew somebody that worked at that Olive Garden in Plano, so that's how I got that job. And it was, I enjoyed waiting tables. It was supposed to be just a part-time job, and it was. I was going to UTD, getting my first degree. So it was what it was. It was just, going there, making money, and getting out of there. And then I started. I've always had a passion for cooking and cooking food, and it just turned out into wanting to know more about the restaurant industry. Then I ended up just becoming a culinary manager there, and then from there, being a manager, it is one of the most stressful jobs I've had.
Managing people is one of the most stressful
You've managed
jobs
people
I've
too,
had.
right?
Yes. I sure have.
And they come to you and like, can I request off Sunday? I'm like, that's the busiest day. Or Saturday night. Can I be off on a Saturday night? And I'm like, do you want to get a job somewhere else? Because like that's when we're the busiest. If you're a waiter or waitress, it's not really a problem. You can get somebody to pick up for you. But if you work in the kitchen, it's a lot more difficult to train somebody to do line cook whenever you're the only one that's really good at it.
Por Juanito. You never got a Saturday off.
Oh, Juanito.
No.
Oh my God.
Por Juanito. Great chef.
But people come to you with some, like, I remember one time I was like in the office getting schedules done for the following week, and then somebody comes to me and they're like, I just hit I hit a baby with a tray.
God damn.
Yeah. How do you react to that? I'm like, there's no manual that says like, step 1, make sure the baby's alive. Step 2, make sure that you get as much information.
Look at the baby.
And the thing about like, one of the things that you were supposed to do as a manager is you're supposed to first of all, like they're okay. That, they're not like bleeding, or it's not like they don't have to go to the ER or anything like that.
Managers, the normal human being. Check on the baby.
Check on the baby, yeah. This is like, if you don't have to be a manager.
Like, fuck, bro, that's common sense. Check on the baby, guys.
Some managers, like, they'd be like, what do I do? I'm like, just make sure the baby's alive. Make sure
the third yeah. Damn, yeah, no, that's, man.
But then, go and talking to the customer, and it's just one of the most nerve-wracking. And then you're on the spot. You never know. And
you
then
never know who you're gonna get.
The baby kept crying, and the mom was freaking out. I completely understand, but at the same time, the server at that time became a liability, and I'm trying not to get sued.
Yeah.
Pretty much is what I'm trying to do. So that was one of the stories where I think when I got back home, I was drinking at the time. I got me a John Daniels. Mr. John Daniels and I had a really long-term relationship.
Like I said, serving, restaurant industry, you drink.
Yeah, anybody in the restaurant industry just drink.
We used to go drinking afterwards. It was fun.
Everybody did. Remember Michael?
We're throwing names out there now.
We're gonna bleep that out.
Good on.
We're gonna bleep that out.
Yeah. What a guy.
But
you never fucking tell if he was sleeping or sleepwalking, bro.
He run the row of that train.
But he was always fucking smiling, man. I gotta give him
what
that.
got into Michael?
Johnny
Walker.
Yeah.
That's what got into him.
Girls loved him.
The Brazilian girls too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. My hero. Oh man. But like I said, good times. It was good times working there.
Well, I mean, I hated that job, to be honest. I was so unhappy, and I was just like, I need to do something else in my life.
Then you became a culinary manager. That's weird.
And that's how I became a culinary manager, ladies and gents.
I got married and I quit. Yeah.
What a job though, marriage.
Oh, marriage.
How's that working out?
Great, look at me. I'm here, no kids. Where are the kids? See?
I do have to say though, this morning before we started recording the podcast, this man right here was so excited. He did not know what to do with himself.
I got a free day today, y'all. No kids.
He was like, let's go check out a car show. Let's go here, let's go there. And then I was like, bro, are you okay? Are you like, he's like, I'm free.
You'll understand someday.
Dude, don't put that voodoo on me.
Do you hear that?
Hear what?
Nothing. No kids.
And he did it. Look at
Just
him.
like that. Yeah, but that marriage is good. It's kind of like fucking AA. You gotta take it one day at a time.
I did quit. I did, and AA, like, completely okay. But I did not need AA to find out that I needed to stop drinking.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
I still drink a beer here and there. I'm married.
That's your decompressor?
It sure is. Yeah. / compressor sometimes. Who knows?
Well, Yolanda does, she drinks those.
Big old red Wicked.
A big boy.
Big
She's
old
walking around with
Micronized
like a KFC size.
tumblers.
I'm like, what you got in there in that bucket?
Bro, you just gotta watch her. I'm telling you, the other day, best story is whenever she's carrying her tumbler around, we're at a little get together, and then she starts giggling. I was like, this is not normal. Why is she giggling so much? Grab that fucking thing, and I tasted wine, sparkling Roscato wine. And then, you know what she said when I picked it up?
What?
She said, it was water, then you touched it. I was like, she fooled
You won
that me. I was proud that day.
She got Jesus jokes.
I was proud that day. But yeah, no, it's good. Just like everybody, you go through your ups and downs, but we work it out, so.
I'm single.
Still.
Very happy. Single by choice.
There you go. Yeah. We'll get you somebody someday.
Get me somebody.
We'll find you somebody. We'll find your soulmate out there.
My soulmate?
Yeah.
I don't think there's such a thing.
There's gotta be.
Would you say Yolanda's your soulmate? We're gonna have to edit this.
Hell no. You don't gotta edit it.
She's your companion?
She's-
What's a good descriptor?
I guess you could say better half.
If she came in a box, you know. With
Okay, tall, Yolanda is the person that tolerates me for who I am. And
It works both ways.
it does. I tolerate her too. God knows I have more patience than she does, but yep.
She's an early bird. It's just-
Yeah, but she puts up with me and my crazy stuff, like being here. She
Yes.
encourages it. I guess so I won't be home.
So that she doesn't have to deal with you.
See, it's a balance thing. You gotta work it in there. But yeah, it's good. She's not my soulmate. I don't necessarily would say soulmate, but she's my better half. So
Alright.
we work together pretty good. So
Teamwork.
teamwork makes the dream work. Yep.
So then after going back to the job thing, because we were talking about jobs
Well,
and
then you brought up
experience.
marriage and
Yeah, marriage.
job. Yeah.
But then I went to school again for graphic. Let's not.
Hold on, you're jumping too far.
No.
Culinary.
Well,
France.
it was culinary was more of a. It was fun. It was more of a hobby.
He came up and said, "Hey, I'm thinking of going to France to study culinary school. What do you think?" Being supportive, being a good friend. Hey, bro, you're single. You have nothing holding you back. Go for it. He went for it.
And I have to say, if anybody is thinking about going to, doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be Europe, but just travel in general. Like that experience just changes you. Like if you have the chance, if you're single, if you don't have a responsibility, travel. Because that was actually something that, it was like an epiphany for me. Because like you're in a different culture, different country, you're trying to assimilate with like the language, food and everything. In my case, like, yeah, I did study French for quite a while, but it's one thing to study it and it's another thing to actually practice and like being there, being with the people, being with the, with the people in the culture. It's completely different. And it just like, after that trip when I came back, it was just like, okay, so this is in this area because I've always wanted to be creative, but I've never really known like what's really my passion. But then I started doing graphic design. I started, doing some, different things like video editing, and you kind of just like, for me it was like an experience that allowed me to know myself better, if that makes sense.
He went back to school.
The theme is school for me. For Jesus is jobs.
We should hang up your degrees behind this so they can see them.
No. We don't want to do that.
We can brag about it.
I don't like bragging about it. Because like it's
I can
debt.
brag about it.
That's debt.
I can brag about it for you. Yeah, but he went back to school.
But I went back to school and I got a degree in graphic and web design, and actually I met some really cool people while there. I met Karina and Sean, who happened to be like really good friends. We had a lot of things in common. I mean, we were, going for the same degree. So it was another great experience. And then after that, I started working at a company where I had, I think, the first exposure to corporate America, which is completely different than working in the restaurant for such a long time. Having that transition and going from like having that horrible schedule as a manager, like going in at odd hours, like either 2 o'clock, and then you wouldn't come out until like 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's also physically demanding too, like working.
It is, yeah.
It's more physically demanding than people make it out to be or even assume. That's why whenever we go out for dinner or anything, you always kind of
appreciate the people that work in the restaurant industry,
Yeah.
all of them. And I'm not the kind of person, like, I do not complain. If I don't like the food or if I don't like, I just don't go back. And that's it. Because I know how stressful it is, and sometimes people are not having a good day. And then you have to put up with all the people, and some people are not having, they're having a horrible day, and then they want everybody else around them to also have a horrible day. So I don't complain.
I don't complain, but my attitude shows. Bro, I got kids. Those kids gotta eat. If they don't eat, they get rattled up. I get rattled up. We get angry. And but I try not to take it that personal. I don't ever let it affect the server's tip or anything, because I know how it all depends on more than just your server. It's not just your server going back there and cooking your food. Somebody's cooking that food back there, and if they don't control the crowd in the building itself, in the restaurant itself, and the whole kitchen crashes, and then that's just a downhill spiral that has nothing to do with the server that's taking care of you. So always be nice to people.
So yeah, as far as working experience, it's just, for me, that's it. What's the worst job that you've had?
Oh man, well, like I said, I've done all kinds of stuff. Worst job. Well, for starters, my legal status in the country was not, I wasn't a U.S. resident up till 2011. So the way I worked was pretty much whatever job would hire me until they ran my information, then they would let me go. So I would just be from job to job. But worst one was working at a stone company that makes stone out of
stone?
Rocks.
They make
Rocks.
stones?
Fucking rocks, bro. Rocks.
Or they
bricks.
carve them?
No, they make them. They put them in molds, and then some of the stone, like decorative stones that you see out there,
okay.
they're made.
Makes sense, okay.
They're made. They're
Right.
not. You don't go fucking pick them
I
up.
don't
on
think
mountain.
about that stuff, I think.
I lived it. But you have this fucking molds that are maybe about this wide. I mean, this long, about this wide. You literally have to grab the molds, flip them, and break the stones out of there. Worst job ever. But that was the last job I did before I actually went to Mexico. And I think I only did it for like 3 weeks, then I had to go to Mexico for my whole residence stuff.
That was before. That was after you work at Honda.
I worked at Honda when I came back.
Oh, when you came back, that's true.
But yeah, I mean, fucking blisters all over my hands, but you know what? I was lucky. I was blessed that I had a job. So
Did you do that during the summer here?
It wasn't that hot of a summer.
Y'all, this heat in Texas right now, 2022, you need to turn it down.
Turn it down.
You need to get the AC on.
Let me talk to my papa. Papa, I need a favor. Hector's dying, bro.
For favor. This guy wanted to go to a car show, and he just texted me.
It was still 11 o'clock, bro. It's 85, 89.
Okay, I did not know that. I did not know that. But he's like, hey, let's go to a car show. And then I'm like, okay, Texas weather, car show, outdoors. It's got to be outdoors. And it's forecasted to be 102 degrees. I did not know it was going to be at 11 o'clock in the morning. It was I think it was like 90, 80,
Do a screenshot of the times.
Did you?
Yes, check your phone. I swear it's in there.
Where's my phone now? It's recording.
Okay. Yeah, but